Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maria. If this happens to be your first time visiting, welcome to Siempre Infinitos DIY. Friends, before I begin, I want to apologize if you hear me coughing during this video. I wasn't really planning to speak into it, I was just going to add words and what have you. But I figured, that since I haven't been in here for some time, I figured that I would try my best and uh, let you know what I'm doing. So I do apologize. I'm trying to get over this cough that I have, or cold. I had it already for a couple of weeks. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's wrong with me. But anyway, I am trying my best. Okay, so this video is really for someone who either is learning how to make characters or wants, never, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, doesn't really work with clay and wants to learn everything about clay and what have you, or to make a character. So very simple, very easy. I have shown you how to make other characters, but I never showed you how I made my a big reindeer. I have showed you in the past the little ones, but not the big ones. But anyways, enough of that. Let's begin. Okay, as you saw, I used a 2-inch foam ball, and then I just went ahead and wrapped it with soft clay. You want to make sure that you condition your clay good. Once you cover it up, go in there, trim off any extra clay, and then just start rolling it back with your hands. I normally like to let them sit overnight, so, or at least a couple of hours before I go in, because that also helps to prevent any extra dents or fingerprints or what have you. But for video purposes, I went ahead and just, continue adding the face and what have you. So here I have, this is going to be actually the part of the front of his face. I don't know what it's called, but it's right where the nose and the mouth is at. And I wanted to be a little bit lighter, so I just grabbed some brown and some white, mix it together. And as you saw, I made I guess you can say almost like a half of a donut or shape, or half of a ball shape. And then just start pressing it down, and you want to make sure that you press it in within the other clay really good, so when it dries up, it won't there won't be a gap in there. And then of course you can just use a knife or a tool just like this one. And this is what I'm doing now, is I'm gonna try to make where his nose is going to be at. So I just make a line, straight line down. Right on the top is where I'm going to place the nose, and at the bottom I'm going to go in and I'm going to add his mouth. Now here I'm using a plastic spoon, and this is going to make help me make give him a smiling smile. Okay, so I'm also trying really hard not to hold him, because I don't want to add any extra clay, so I'm trying like not to close my hands or what have you. So there I'm putting his nose. Of course, I realize that the nose is like a little crooked, but I do go in there afterwards and I move it. And as you saw right there. All right, so now I'm going to make his eyes. And I'm using a icing tip just to make the white part of the eye. And then I'm going to get some black clay, make little balls, make sure that they are the same size, flatten them down, and then just place them on top. And that's how easy I made his eyes. Excuse me. So then I'm going to be making his ears. I did realize that when I was making his ears, they were a little too small, but I went in and then I redid it. I did not share with you how I redid the second ones, but I will show you how I did the first ones. And then it's really easy. All you do is that you get a cookie cutter, depending on how big you want his ears to be. Excuse me. And then I also, because I want his ears to look well, to have two different shapes of colors, so the same colors that I used for his face is what I'm using for his ears. And then I just got one size bigger than the other, and then just place some, made circles. I will be adding the sizes of the cookie cutters that I use. And then I placed one on top of each other, and then I just folded the end of one side of the circle and then placed them on top of his head. So for the antlers, I rolled out a worm shape, and then I make sure to cut it in half. And then as you can see here with a pair of scissors, I just snipped on the sides, trying to make it look more like antlers. And then of course, because the clay is still soft, And I'm doing this for video purposes. I just grab a little skewer stick and I cut them in half, and I use that to hold the antlers up, and this will prevent it from tipping over or bending. So once I have my skewers inside there, then I just grabbed another skewer, and this actually, because the clay is still soft and I don't want to put any extra dents, I had to go in with a separate skewer and then just make the hole and go back in there. So now the way I made his, so I think here I'm making his hair, actually a little bit of hair, or just to like on the top. As you see there, it's just like a teardrop. Went in with this little tool and just made some lines. It almost looked like a walnut. Anyways, and then just place it on top. I'm not using any glue because the clay is so soft that you really don't need to use any glue. It is up to you if you do want to, but I don't really see the need when the clay is soft. So to make his head, I mean his body, I'm sorry. As you can see here, I got this cone foam, and then I cut it in half. If you don't want to use a foam and you just want to use the clay, you can just make a shape just like a cone, and that can be the body. I'd rather use a cone, and it'll save me some clay as well. I'm going to wrap my cone in this brown clay, and then I'm just going to trim off any extra clay, and then I'm just going to also, smooth it out as much as I can because I don't want any lines in there. And that's it. As you saw, I'm not using any glue. This is very easy. Anyone can do this. I hope by the end of this video, I inspire you to make one. Also, if you have not subscribed to my channel, I really hope you consider in doing so. This will help my channel grow. And don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know, have you done one already? If not, would you like to make one? I don't know. Also, don't forget to share my channel. It would also help me, help my channel grow as well. All right, so with all of that being said, let's get back to the video. Okay, as you see here, again, because I'm trying my best not to press too hard down, I had to use a different skewer stick just to make the hole. So when I put his body in there, it'll be there won't be extra marks on his head or on the body. So here I have this mold. There's a scarf design, and I got this mold from Michael's, and I believe that I think I got it when it was, I think it was like a discount or something like that. Anyways, sorry. So many of you know that when I use cookie cutters or molds, I like to add baby oil. And that is only because it helps me pull the clay apart without it ripping. It's actually easier. And it's also good for your hands. It keeps your hands very smooth. That's why I like to use baby oil. Others, I know that they use cooking oil. It's really up to you if you want whatever you want to use. I prefer the baby oil. Plus, it doesn't leave a smell or anything like that. Excuse me. All right, so, and this is how easy he is coming out looking. He's very cute. And when his hands, which not his hand, but his arms, all I did is just rolled out a another worm. I made sure that to cut it in half, and just measure to see how long I want his arms to be. And I want him to be holding something. So, but first I need his hands to be dry before I can add as any sweets or anything for him to hold. So what I'm going to be doing, so I'm going to let him dry overnight. But I'm, in the meantime, in order for his hands not to fall down, I'm just going to levitate it with something, holding it up. And that's it. This is how easy and cute for his hopes. All I did is just get a little ball, make sure both of them are the same size, roll the ball, and then I just flatten it. I got some black clay. Roll the ball, and then I flatten it. I'm sorry, my friends. Okay, and this is how cute and adorable. Now, I want to add him on another project that I'm working on. So this is something that I'm here, this is something I want to be adding on him. I want to add some of these little cute light bulbs that I made out of clay. And it's very simple. All you do is just roll out a teardrop, and then you roll out a little worm shape, and you just wrap which is the white part, and you just wrap it on the top, and that's it. And then I just added glitter on them, and then here I have some ornaments. The little light bulbs, I want to add them to his antlers, but again, this is for another project. So as you see here, this is how simple and easy this was to make. Again, thank you so much for coming in here. Let me give you a closer look. What do you think? I love how he looks. I think he looks so cute, so adorable. I believe he needs a friend. So I'm thinking about making a friend for him. All right, my friends, this is the end of the video. Thank you so very much for stopping by. And until the next time, stay safe, be kind. Bye.